Do you guys ever go through Twitter? Just a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Do you guys scroll through there?
Occasionally. Yeah.
I
Get
It's a good source
how
for
do you guys
sports news.
but and I will agree with that. I mean, like I follow some pretty cool, like I like historic stuff and, historic sports stuff and all that
Yes.
stuff, but I find when I'm done going through Twitter, I'm angry.
Mm.
Like,
mm,
I feel like I'm going to step outside and the world's going to be in flames and the moon is going to come crashing down onto the earth. And it's like Twitter has become another mind weld media source to mold how they want us to be separated from each other, you know? And the reality is I got up this morning like I do every single Sunday. My wife and I, we go up to about 18 miles from here, a little town called White House, and get a cup of coffee up there. It's a place called Badass Coffee, which they got another one in Salt Lake, and so that's why we go up there. And then we just drive with the windows down, looking at how beautiful everything is. And the world is not a bad place, guys. I mean, you get done going through a Twitter feed, and it's like you would think that there's transgender people dancing all over people all over the place, and children are being ripped out from people's homes, and it, it's not like that, you know. And I'm I'm saying it right here on the podcast. I'm stopping Twitter for the next unforeseen moment because I'm tired of that negativity being inside my life. I 52 years old. I need positive things in my life. Am I just blurting out loud there, guys? Or I mean, am I on to something there?
well, I think the younger generation, there's the statistics for depression and suicide have gone up so much, and some people blame it on confusion about their gender, but I doubt it's that. I think people's lives are spent, so much time is spent on social media, and I mean, podcast kind of contributes to that in a certain way, unless you don't do the video side of it. You just go out to nature, as you're saying, and yeah, it's fine to listen to us in nature, but you're right. We need to disconnect and get away from it. I mean, you think about it when we were in the 80s. I mean, there was nothing like this that we see today. I mean, most
No.
days you spent detached or
Yeah,
disconnected from any type of
outside
social media. Yeah.
enjoying stuff. I saw a
Well, my
post.
mom would. Well, my mom would complain about watching too much TV.
Yeah,
I mean, video games. It's only an hour, Carl. Don't do any more than that. But I mean, I'd spend all day with you guys running around playing basketball.
yeah.
When I was a little kid, Glenn and I would act like we're playing Army and, go shoot people out in the farmer's field with pretend guns. And, you're right. It was, to the point it was almost overkill because I'd get allergies all the time and then have to end up inside. But yeah, there's nothing like that now.
I saw a post last night from a friend, and it like struck me like, ugh, it's so inaccurate. I'm gonna point out all the inaccuracies because it's not what this is, And I started typing this out, and then I was like, why? I mean,
Mm.
if I type all this stuff out and send it, what am I really doing? I'm creating tension. I'm creating a fight that I'm going to get into, over what? I mean, is that really worth dedicating hours of being into an argument with? No, especially when I like this person. I love this person. Why? Why? What am I going to prove? What am I going to say that's going to this person's going to read what I'm going to say and go, oh my God, well, let me take this off. I see where I've gone wrong.
So
No.
Well, I mean that about your sports takes with Pac-12 football. I kind of agree with you, man. You really don't know what you're talking
And that's
about.
what it was about, actually. No.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I'm right, you're wrong. It's
The
okay.
That
BYU
was good,
homers
buddy.
coming out. Oh my gosh.
That was
Oh,
good, buddy.
oh, talk about homers. The two of you are so bad about Utah football, so that's
Well,
okay.
the two of us have a reason to be prideful about it.
Ah,
Come
Because they're
on.
relevant.
Jeez Louise.
hey, the rise of the Cougar. You'll see it
Hey,
the next few years.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not as interested in old women as you are, so that's fun.
Hey, that's where that's. If I ask all the ladies out in the audience, they will agree with me. Older, the better.
Gosh, there maybe to a certain point. I don't know. Hey, Brent, as you're talking about how you feel on Twitter, sometimes that's basically why I jumped off of using Facebook as much as I was, because I was just starting to get pissed about everything, and it finally hit me. This is the source of me being pissed off all the time. All this negativity and decisive banter going back and forth. I just decided I didn't need that. I want to have the connection of people that I love, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fight with them, and I didn't want to just have all that in my life. So, I'm on Facebook about once a month now, and I sometimes not even that. And I feel like I'm a little bit more content and a little happier now, which is interesting because the reason I started using Facebook in the first place is because I don't live close to my family and I don't live close to you guys, my friends that I love so much, even though you guys are so ugly. So, it's an interesting paradox.
Yeah. I use Facebook. I mean, you guys know I try and put a funny comment out there every single morning. And back when they had the Sandy Hook shootings, it really struck a chord on me because I had kids that same age, and I saw a lot of negativity in the world, and I thought if I could do my part of putting a smile on someone's face every day, and maybe they share that and put it on another person's face and another person's face and another person's face, that's really all I can do to contribute to make this world a better place, is by trying to make you laugh, trying to take your mind off of whatever bad things are going inside your life and just help you refocus and just laugh for a minute, because laughter honestly is the best medicine. It relieves us of so much stress, of so much tension. And so that's why for the last probably 8 years now, every single morning I try and find something. I have a crazy mind. You all know that. Sometimes it just pops up in my head, but just try and give somebody something to laugh at, to change your thought with. And it's my part, I'm trying to make the world better.
Yeah, I mean, I think social media has its place. I think it comes down to what you decide to do as an individual. Can you discipline yourself to only utilize social media when it's applicable in your life? In other words, can you control your usage? And I'll say, a few years ago, I couldn't. It's to the point where if there was a debate on Facebook, I'd be in the middle of it, throwing haymakers
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
bloody stumps. And now
Stir the
I
pot.
don't really care. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I think I'm addicted to now, which I've lately been kind of de-emphasizing a little bit, unless
Is
it's for
porn?
informational purposes, is YouTube. No, YouTube. You get into these rabbit holes about all this crap that's going on right now. And so, yeah, it gets you a
Well,
little
I'm just
depressed.
curious,
So I don't,
Carl, with all of
yeah.
that, you're talking about throwing haymakers and having bloody stumps. I totally understand and agree with you on all of that. What, how many people's minds did you change?
Oh,
Right.
none.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And how many times was your mind changed?
Zero.
I will say that I have thought about things. I've considered things, maybe sometimes in different lights, but I can't say that I've ever had a change of mind.
No, I mean, I know some relationships that I've had before that have become less,
That's the main thing right
very
there.
less close. Yeah,
Yeah.
because especially during election
Oh,
time, it's
politics.
terrible. I think people can't help themselves. They have to throw in something.
Well, that's why they say the two topics that you should always stay away from are politics and religion.
Well, if Brent and I, it's sports. Yeah, Brent and I, it's sports. We can't talk about
That's
sports.
because you're a moron.
He takes it too personal. Sean, you just parrot what Brent thinks in sports. I mean, you claim you're a Minnesota Gopher fan. I mean, give me a break. You were served a mission there. It'd be like me claiming I'm a fan of the University of Pennsylvania.
I lived there for 13 years.
Yeah.
I paid taxes.
Oh,
not only that, but I paid a crap ton of money to the university for tuition.
All right. Sing the first line of the Gopher fight song.
Come Gophers, roll the world.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Is that it? Wait, Gopher fight song. I'm looking it up right now.
I love
go
that,
ahead,
man. That's awesome.
Go ahead, one more time, Sean. Let's hear it.
Vikings. Oh crap, that's the Vikings.
That's the Viking song.
Yeah. Hey, look, I contribute to UT. I don't know the whole song, but I do know.
That wasn't even the first line.
Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Carl?
It's Minnesota, hats off to thee. To thy colors true shall we ever be. Firm and strong. United are we.
Yeah,
rah, rah, rah for Ski-U-Mah.
You know what Ski-U-Mah is?
You didn't get that.
No. Hey, so
awesome,
hey,
man.
I'm going to admit, I don't remember everything about the fight song.
Yeah, but Sean, kudos to you, man. Kudos to remembering that much. That's awesome, man.
I do remember bits of it. I haven't been in an environment in which it's been sung for 20 years.
Right.
So give me a break.
You haven't been around that.
Okay, so do you know what Ski-U-Mah is?
Yeah, I have no idea. Don't care.
But it's on all the helmets and stuff.
The helmets.
No, I mean, like, that's a big thing. Yeah.
So Ski-U-Mah just it doesn't mean anything. It just comes from back in like 1910. The football captain yelled it out. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just become part of the everything.
The rally cry.
Hey, that brings up a pet peeve. That brings up a pet peeve of mine. I was listening to all these graduation songs. You know,
and
the school songs.
They're
all from like
not ski. So
they're from like 1900, man. When are they going to modernize these songs at the University of Utah, BYU?
I gotta tell you.
Tradition.
Oh, tradition.
Carl,
I mean, come on. These songs are 120 years old.
It
doesn't matter.
Especially with
tradition.
BYU, the BYU fight song. Come with your 12 wives to the game. We.
No, it does not say that. Let's hear you say.
I thought their fight song was "I am a child of God."
No, it's the popcorn song. No. Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. They actually sing that. They actually play that at
while
games
everybody's
still.
eating their beaver
Scary.
tail. Which
it's called a cougar tail. Come on, get it right.
I keep forgetting. Sorry.
Beaver tail. Jeez, you get all nasty. For Mr. Bishop, you get a little derogatory towards BYU, Sean.
I've never been a
Bishop. Keep it clean. Don't let's get it nasty here on the podcast, and then throwing out beaver shots at BYU. There we go. See, right there. That's all it takes. It's just one comment.
You went after my Gophers and my Utes. Sorry, man. I had to.
You went after my you guys ganged up on me and went after my Cougars right at the start.
I guarantee I will never try to chase any of the Cougars that you follow ever. Gross.
Oh,
look, I'm telling you that
loss,
those
man.
Traditions that this year when UT finally beat Alabama at home, the big thing about Alabama is in the fourth quarter they always play Dixieland Delight, which is actually a song about Tennessee. Oddly enough, it's crazy. Anyway, when UT beat Alabama and they were rushed in the field, UT played out loud Dixieland Delight. And it was the coolest thing. It was like, give us this fucking song back. It's ours. And it was like chaos. It was awesome. And I remember my boy calling me up on the phone, drunk as drunk could be, saying, "Daddy, I'm watching the goalposts go down the boulevard." They were carrying it straight down the boulevard. They're like, "We're out of here. Game over. It's ours." It's just tradition. And that's what, no matter what fan you are of college football, that's what makes college football so special. Is the tradition.
Yeah.
Is that Carl can say something about my Utes, and I'm going to be like, "Yeah!" And I can say the same thing about the poor kittens, and he's going to be like, because that's tradition growing up with that, even though we've beaten them over 30 times more than they've beaten us.
I'm the mature one in this relationship. What are you talking about, Brett?
There's no such thing as a mature kid.
Mature. You mature because you look older. That's it.